woke up feeling like the sun today. Can you tell? A sunflower at the very least. Even my nail, now that I look at it, this is actually the exact same color my aura was the last time I got it taken. Very similar, which is so funny. I'm just not realizing this, but I feel like the sun today, or at least a product of light. Hello, beautiful people. I've been thinking a bit about this. We set boundaries. I think that's beautiful. We know our worth. We know what we want and what we deserve, and I think that's beautiful. But seldomly, what is discussed is the quiet and the silence that accompanies the boundaries and the refusal to settle. So we're going to talk about that today. Whether we relate this to our goals and our ambitions or our friendships or our relationships, whatever that looks like for you in terms of not settling, oftentimes we associate peace with stagnancy, and those are two very different things. Just because you are not moving at the pace you desire or envision does not mean you are not moving at all. Sometimes we're moving at a time that our minds are unable to even fathom. We've quite literally created a pipeline between not settling and a dry phone, which I find very funny, but also feeding into what I guess I could refer to as a sunken place. And I hope that this video and some of these little tidbits I'm going to give you can help bring you out of that, or at least see it a little differently. So first and foremost, divine timing is real. There is quite literally no rush. We put so many time frames on ourselves, and I'm so guilty of this. Partially a reason why I wanted to make this video was something for me to look back on, because sometimes I do fall in those spaces of I want it now, I want it now. Quite frankly, what we want, we aren't always meant to have at this exact present moment. Sometimes we're not ready for it. Sometimes there's bigger and better things in store that we haven't even envisioned yet. So I think it's so important to keep that in mind. And again, just know that there is no rush. I don't know how society managed to do it, but there are literally moments, and I've experienced this and I've seen others experience it, where we're going about our day to day, and then there's this mental realization where it's like, why am I rushing? Why am I shoving everything in a bag? Why am I rushing to put my coat on? Like, you really just got to take a moment to breathe and pause and just be. We live in a world that's constantly encouraging us to go, 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 when really living is taking it slow. It's taking in each step and every breath and just basking in that, because quite frankly, it's the present and it is truly all we have in this moment. I think sometimes in the silence that accompanies the refusal to settle, we start trying to consider all of our options just for the sake of having something. Like, you know what? Maybe I should accept a little, even though in the back of my mind, I know I deserve so much. But hey, something is better than nothing. I genuinely feel like that is not always the case. I actually had an acting coach say to me a while back, some of the greatest actors we see today, they're just the ones who never gave up. In other words, there's somebody out there with so much talent and so much skill that we may have never even seen, just because they didn't see their goal through to the end. You know, they chose a different path, and granted, sometimes that's okay, but just imagine if that person hadn't settled, you know, if they persevered and we got to see them on our screens today. You know, we never know. We'll never know what that looks like. Also, and this may be a hot take, the concept of easy is illusory to me. Nothing is ever truly easy. So you really have to choose your struggle. Do you want the struggle that comes with accepting, you know what, this is a little bit for now, at least it's something, I'll just take this instead of the bigger picture I had in mind and deal with all the other areas that I won't be fulfilled within this. I'll take it as long as it's something, despite it having all these little holes in it. Or I can wait and I can put in work and I could stand strong and firm on my boundaries, and I refuse to settle, and regardless of how long it may take, I'm not settling till I get the big picture, you know, what it is I'm looking for in the end. In many aspects of life, this is something I've definitely found that brings me comfort. There is always going to be a sense of familiarity in terms of nothing is ever going to be perfect. At least you know that much, right? So regardless if you settle for this or put in the work and wait until you have that, there's gonna be a pro and con regardless. So why not make it at least feel a little worth it in the end, and stand strong and firm in whatever it is you believe in until you get to this point, because you know you want this, you know you deserve this, you've put in the work for this. see it through. And I don't know about y'all. I'm actually really proud I can say this now, because there was a time when I don't know if I could, but there is so much beauty and quiet and silence. And it truly takes you reaching a certain point of peace within yourself to being able to appreciate that. Because when you're operating at a high vibration, when you're refusing to settle, that places you on a different frequency. You're on a different playing field. And I want you to think about it like when you're quite literally accelerating on a plane. You're going into the sky, and as you go up, it gets quieter and quieter and more peaceful. Y'all, we are loud now here. We beefing them horns. It's sirens. It's yelling. It's barking. It's everything. It's all this noise. And granted, there's beauty in that too, but it's also a lot of chaos. When you're going up high and you know where you're going and you know what you want to do and you know what you deserve, oftentimes in the midst of waiting to get to that destination, it's quiet. It's steady. It's easy to fall asleep. And there's beauty in that too. We often associate it with boredom, but there's so much beauty. And just learning how to occupy that time and enjoy the journey in different ways, that's something I've definitely learned to do. Whether it's in reading or listening to music or going for a walk, or y'all hear these birds outside my window, I'll be eating that up, because it's really little things like that that bring me so much joy. I have such big dreams, and there were really times where I wish that they were smaller. I would literally wish on a shooting star for my dreams to be smaller, for my biggest life goal to be able to walk up the street and get a soda. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up, but I would wish for the smallest things, because I knew my dreams were so big, and sometimes they felt so much bigger than me. But knowing that I am able to see it because I have the means to achieve it, and that if I continue to envision it, that will be my present, that is my present. We're speaking that into existence always. That brings me so much peace and joy. It also reminds me of all the things I may not be able to do when I get to that place, that I have the freedom to do now. And I try to take every bit of that in, because sometimes in the midst of looking in the future, we forget that everything that surrounds us in the present, and there really is so much to be thankful for. And when I start to forget that, that's when I start making a list of just different things to be grateful for. Even if I have to say to myself every morning 5 different things, I'm grateful for this, and this, like, that keeps me going. That allows me to see what I have here now, which ultimately creates more room and more flow for all those big picture things to come in and leak their way into my present. So I can appreciate that. So just know you were given this mountain to show others it can be moved. You were given these dreams because you have the means to achieve them. And I know sometimes we get hungry, and it's okay to be hungry. It's okay to want something really, really bad. But don't ever allow yourself to starve. Don't ever allow yourself to sink into that place of, I don't like the word desperation, but that's the main word that's coming to mind. You know, be hungry, but don't starve. It's yours, and you have to operate from that space of, I already have it, it lives within me, instead of constantly placing something you want outside of you. I want this. I want this to happen. This is so big. This is bigger than me. At the end of the day, if it's within you, it is not bigger than you. There's nothing wrong with being hungry, but never allow yourself to get to the point of starvation where you're willing to sacrifice anything and everything. Know what you're willing to sacrifice. Know who you are. Know what you have to offer. And know that you are worthy. You are worthy of everything you aspire to achieve and everything you hope for. You are so worthy. People always give praise to those who are strong in areas that pertain to self-discipline, but the secret is, it's not easy for us either. It's just something we choose. At the end of the day, it's always a choice, you know? And you have to choose for future you sometimes in order to make that your present. You have to actively put things into practice now. And that even places your mind at an operation of equilibrium. You are in alignment with what you want now, and that's how things unfold. That's how things align in the best way. Another thing I found that's really worked for me too, when you know what you want, write it down. Not only do I think that is a great way to bring it into the physical realm and make it something physical and in turn achievable and tangible, but also it serves as a reminder. So anytime you think about settling, anytime you think about taking less despite wanting more and deserving more, refer back to that note. Refer back to what you wrote in terms of what you want and align with that again. Remind yourself of that and what that life looks like and feels like, despite how far it may feel from your reality. It can literally be within inches and centimeters of your own fingers. And I try to shift my perspective on a lot of things too. I think it's very natural to look at the lives of those around us, and sometimes we fall into the compare trap. But think of it as this: yo, this person is right beside me with so many of the things I've dreamed of, so many of the things I've envisioned for myself. Look at how close I am to this person. I could almost touch this dream. That's how you got to see it. That's it. So yeah, that ignites me. Like, that really excites me for real. And I think I got that from my mom, because she is not the jealous type at all. My mom is like, oh, they got that? That mean that's attainable? Let me go get that too. So you gotta have that mindset. I actually saw a video that I feel like encompasses really well of some of the things we discussed today. If I find it, I'm gonna either link it down below or put it at the end of this video somewhere. But it's basically a video of this woman. She's sitting at this table in this metaphysical world, and there's this woman beside her eating pasta. This pasta is delicious. She's tearing this pasta up. And the woman who's newly just sat at this table, she's like, hey, I want pasta. And the lady eating the pasta is like, we'll order some pasta. And the waiter comes in, they're like, well, what can I get you? And she's like, I'd like the pasta, please. They bring her back some fries. She's like, I order pasta. You know what? I'm not going to say out what y'all watching, because I'm saying it out loud and it sounds a little crazy, but if you get it, you get it. But really great video. I feel like it touches on the subject very well. So yeah, check that out. This video did feel a little everywhere. I hope it didn't come across that way. I hope you guys still were able to take something away. I've had to stop and pause numerous times because my dog came in and my mom came in, but I do hope you enjoyed this. I do hope you were able to take something positive away from it, because I in there, oh my gosh, sometimes you look around and it feels like you see everything you want in the midst of hands that aren't your own, and you're happy for those hands, but then you don't even want to look at yours, because like, if I look down and it's not right here, I'm gonna feel some type of way. I've been there. I feel you. And just know, when you look down, regardless of what you may see in the physical realm, man, see it here. That's where it starts. You got to see it here first, put in that work, and before you know it, you'll be wondering if you have enough room to carry all that's fell into your lap, for real. That's beautiful, man. We got a lot to look forward to, you and me. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. We are in my favorite season. It's summertime, so go glow, and I'll see you next time. Later.
What can I get you? There's not much to choose from, just fries. I'll take the usual fries coming up. Excuse me? How did you get that? It's not on the menu. There is no menu. You can order anything you want. But why do I have this menu here? It probably comes from your parents and reflects what you think you're allowed to order. But you can order anything you want. Okay. Excuse me? I would like to cancel my order and have the pasta instead, please. Okay. It didn't work. I still got fries. He's testing you if you really want what you ordered or if you're happy to settle for less. You only get pasta if you're a person who expects pasta. But what do I do now? A person who expects pasta would send that back. Oh no, I can't do that. It would be so rude. And I'm starving. Suit yourself. Excuse me? I didn't order fries, I ordered pasta. Okay. Would you like to eat some fries while waiting? You need to be very clear with what you want. No, thank you. Okay. It almost worked. The pasta turned into fries. Maybe it doesn't work with me? Is it what you wanted? No, but I cannot send it back again. Do you believe you deserve pasta? The pasta turned into fries. Could you give me real pasta, please? Okay. I'm so hungry. Maybe I should have just eaten the fries. How long is this going to take? Don't focus on the lack of it. Think about how tasty the pasta will be, how much you'll enjoy it. Think about what you'll have for dessert. I'll have some chocolate cake and maybe some coffee. This was quicker than I thought. It comes when you least expect it.